J.H. Hardy, who worked with Ramanujan, said, "Why do students find maths class boring and stupid?" Shakuntala Devi rightly said, "Maths got image issues and time for marketing maths." Also, it's time to get creativity back in mathematics. To ensure that mathematics is engaging for all students, we need to reimagine its presentation and delivery in our classes. It is our collective responsibility to create a learning environment where students don't get scared, but rather inspired to explore its beauty and power. In over 2 decades of taking classes in mathematics for various entrance exam preparation in India, I've come across countless students who have fear of mathematics. By the time they are pursuing their graduation or post-graduation, it becomes too late for a course correction. Somewhere in school, students are getting over with a rigid fixed approach of teaching mathematics, which prioritizes memorizing facts over critical thinking and problem-solving skills. In today's continuously evolving technological world, basic mathematical skills is mandatory for making informed choices and navigating complex problems. What should be done so that students get comfortable with maths? Always start a maths class with a question or a puzzle. This way, you get the attention of the student and you are engaging them. For example, if it's an algebra class on equation, you can start with posing a question like, is cats equal to dogs? Or if I say 1 hour equal to 60 minutes, is that an equation? So get some feedback from the students and then come to discussing or explaining concepts and questions after that. For example, in a geometry class, you can straight away engage the students with a question like, can you construct a triangle with dimensions 4, 4 and 8? So in this way, the students would understand that to create a triangle, the sum of any two sides has to be greater than the third side. Macro-micro approach. Currently, the school system follows the step-by-step fixed learning approach, which is left brain focused approach. Math, however, goes with a philosophy, which is macro-micro approach. It's a fluid way where there are different ways to reach to an answer. It's about developing the ability to think creatively. Let's take an example. So if the question is x plus 3 is 40, so here what number should be added to 3 so that you get 40? So that's 37. So similarly, if the question is x plus 1 by x equal to 2, so what value of x should you substitute so that you get the answer as 2? So instead of going for the quadratic equation, you try to substitute value. For example, if I put x equal to 1, I easily get an answer. Making mistakes is a very natural part of learning process. So ensure that making mistakes is normal in your class where the student can experiment, tinker, solve it different ways without any fear of judgment. Frequently, I've come across students who have not a problem with mathematics, but the way the questions are framed. So Paul Lockhart, in his book Mathematician's Lament, very nicely portrays what exactly is wrong with our maths textbooks. In fact, if you see how geometry, one of the most visual and stimulating concepts, is explained with so many jargon, this explanation simply creates barrier between ourselves and our intuition, perspective and context. Many times students come with this question: why are we learning mathematics? Why are we doing this particular theorem? How is it important in my life? Have you noticed when they play the video games, these questions never happen? So how about creating wonder and find out how exactly you get the formula? So what if you generate a rectangle around the triangle, right? So can you see the area of the rectangle is base into height? What if you drop a perpendicular from the vertex to the base? So this perpendicular divides the triangle into 2 equal parts, and it's very clear that the triangle occupies half the area of the rectangle. So in another question, let's say when you have marks of students given, so it makes sense to think whether you would prefer to use mean, which is sum upon number of observation, or would you prefer to use median, which is the central number. Motivation. Last but not the least, motivation is one of the most crucial factor in any mathematics class. Just like you have to eat your food every day, motivation also becomes something like a staple diet in any mathematics class. Historically, mathematics was not a separate, isolated subject. In fact, in ancient India, it was connected with other fields of discipline, connected to the real world. which made it much more relevant. So in today's world, it is really important that the students get comfortable with the basic maths and are able to solve or in fact have the kind of thinking. In today's world where artificial intelligence supplements learning, the importance of teacher, the personalized connection in a maths class will never go. The kind of empathy, the kind of help which a teacher provides would still be relevant. Do let me know what you think about teaching mathematics. I would be curious to know. Do share your thought process in the comments. If you're curious about learning Vedic mathematics techniques, you can have a look at this video where you can do any multiplication mentally without writing any steps. Take care. See you in the next